So
Wow.
I got saved in 98. My homeboy, me and my homeboy Rob, he went by Lazarus at the time. He he um he got saved around the same time I did, right? Maybe a little bit
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And he started, I don't know where he heard Christian hip hop at, because I've never heard it in my whole life at that time. So he got saved, right? And
Yeah.
he's like, man, I'm about to start rapping for God. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, like I'm oblivious, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I know we
Yeah.
both got saved. We still
Yeah.
use our gifts, but he didn't rap for real. Like he started rapping right before he got saved, but I was rapping years before him.
Got
So
you. Got
so
you.
I showed him how to like count bars, and you know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is a
Yeah.
6. You want to write, and I was producing also. And
Wow.
so yeah, I was producing all my music back in the day. Like I got an album up on Spotify right now or Apple Music, but you have to type in my name D dot dash M dot A dot U dot B dot. You got to put the dots behind it
Yeah.
because my manager at the time uploaded my name like that. I think it's just D dot M dot A dot U dot B dot. So if you type
Yeah.
that, you will see my first album timeline. You can go listen to
Yeah.
my very first album, and I got another album called The Release up on there. That's super old, like I mean decades old, right? But
Yeah.
I produced all of that music, so I was producing as well as writing in the world. So
Wow.
when I got saved, my homeboy started doing Christian hip hop, but I didn't have no gospel raps, and I didn't have enough knowledge about God to start writing about him when I got saved. But he was kind of on that trail. So I was like,
Got
yo,
you.
I'll make the beats for you. I'll produce. And so we
Mhm.
started a label here in the city called FIC Music. FIC stood for Forever in Christ. And so
Mm.
and so
Wow.
that's our start, bro. And when we started, churches was calling it the devil's music. They was not letting us in. And he had a relationship with LG Wise. And I never forget, um, we working on this album and we did a song together called Laugh at the Devil. And
Mm.
and that's one of the first times I did my double style. Now, mind you,
Oh, wow.
this is 99, 2000. I was doing a double style when I was in the world, bro.
Oh,
17 years old. I
wow.
came up with that everybody body CC when we come like saying literally everything twice. I did
Yeah.
that, bro. I was high in the studio one day with my homie, like real
Jeez.
talk, and came up with that
Yeah.
style so I can stand out. So, but that's that,
Yeah.
you know, again, that creativity. Man, I never wanted to be like the best on a song or to outdo somebody on a song. That's never my heart, because outdoing somebody or being the best is subjective. Everybody got
Yeah.
their own opinion. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I wasn't forgotten when I that
Mm.
was my whole goal. What can I do to stand out just so I won't be forgotten? Not that I'm considered I was the best on the song. I don't care about
Yeah.
that. That's subjective. You can never win that, right? Somebody gonna feel
Wow.
you the best. Somebody gonna feel like so and so the best. You can't win that. But what you can
Yeah.
do is make sure you stand out. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
almost, yeah, it's almost like, and this is my hip hop roots talking about, it's almost like Sticky Fingers and Onyx and Busta Rhymes on Scenario. It's like they may not have, I mean, people say they have the best verses, but they always stood out like sore thumbs. Like Busta
Yeah,
Rhymes stood out on Scenario to the point where you like waiting for his verse to come, or Sticky when he was doing Onyx, and you would wait for his verse because he was always the anchor and he would just kill it. So I get what you're saying. That's a good model. I've never really heard nobody say that, like trying to be remembered on a record, like, yo, such and such had a good verse, but my man, I remember what he did, and that
yeah,
lasts longer with people than he just had the good verse. You know what I mean? Sometimes, at
absolutely.
times, yeah,
Absolutely. And when I started rapping, it was nobody in my hood rapping. Everybody was, you know what I'm saying, on the block. Like I
yeah,
hung around, I was in that environment.
yeah.
Um, but nobody was rapping. So that's why I never had to, like, I can't freestyle really well. That's a downside for me. Like I can't,
Got you.
I won't do it. It'll sound corny. I'm a writer, right? I got the
Yeah,
writing from my mom. My mom wrote a whole poetry book. So I got the writing from her. So since I never grew up in an area where I had to be ready to freestyle, had to be ready to battle, nobody in my hood rap. They was looking at me like, look at this boy doing rapping, right? I was the one coming up to all my homies like, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. Like, I just dropped something new, listen to this. They wasn't rapping. So I never had to be on guard or be ready, or we never formed circles and everybody was, that wasn't my hood. My hood wasn't no rapping, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But so I was able to develop my writing, you know what I mean? And so I have to sit and think about what I'm going to say, because I don't want to waste any words. I don't, you know, I'm very calculated. And with my delivery, how I deliver the message, I can't freestyle that, bro. Like, I can't. I can't speak for anybody else, but I can't. I'm intentional on every bar. You know what I mean? So I just, that's one thing I wish I could do really well, is freestyle. Now I can freestyle, but it'll sound crazy. You'll be like, bro, you just rhyming at this point. Like, yeah, I'm just rhyming.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel like that's the thing from the Midwest though? Like the whole, I'm talking about freestyle, but like the chopping, the double time, like that's y'all specialty, to the point where it's like you had to incorporate that in your style?
No, I mean, I think the Midwest is more of an upbeat type of world, right? You got Nelly, you know, he's Midwest, that's St. Louis, you know, Twista, of course, right? He double times. But again, when I started rapping, bro, I didn't know about these people. I didn't get influenced by people that people say I sound like. I didn't know. I started rapping, I was 12. We didn't have social media. I didn't know them. I didn't know about their music. So it's funny when he would be like, man, you sound like Ludacris. It's like, me and Ludacris sound alike. I don't sound like him. He just blew up and got the publicity before me, but I'm rapping this way. You know what I mean? I've been had this. I'm the same D-MAUB from when I first started rapping at 13, 14 years old. You know, like when I really developed my style. My style. You know what I mean? If anybody influenced me, it was Ice Cube. I was a West Coast guy. I wasn't even I didn't even listen to Midwest music. I never listened to Twister, never bought an album, never bought a Ludacris album a day in my life. Like, you know, that was later in my Christian hip hop, you know, journey that I found out about Ludacris. You know, so Busta Rhymes, like I didn't listen to East Coast music. It was, for me, it was West Coast. I was an Ice Cube fan, bro. That was my guy who I, you know what I'm saying, who I listen to. But again, my style isn't like his. You see what I'm saying? Even though I listen to him and he influenced me in certain ways, he didn't help me with my delivery or my style. I've been this way. You know, I was always trying to be creative. Does
that bother you though? The whole Ludacris comparison? Is that something?
Heck no, he's one of the GOATs, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why I think we get compared, our voices don't sound the same. But I think what people are meaning to say is what D-MAUB does in his delivery is something you could hear Ludacris doing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tone, I would say tone a little bit too. The tone, like on the way you say certain things, I can hear you can hear that too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm both what you're saying,
for sure. I get him. I get Busta Rhymes. People compare me to Busta Rhymes. I've seen it like on posts, like, you got that Busta type. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to be compared to great. I'm just thankful there's great artists that I'm compared to. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So no, it doesn't bother me at all, man. I mean, because somebody sounds like somebody in this world.
Got you. Yeah.
Somebody gonna sound like, it's very rare, bro, that you will get somebody who sounds like, you know, even Onyx, we could compare that to DMX. Compare. You see what I'm saying?
So even though they came out before DMX, but
absolutely. The comparison is what I'm saying. Like you can hear them kind of doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The animation, and you know, so Yeah, it's so it don't bother me at all.
So thinking about your style, have you always been like funny? Have animation, like, has that always been your thing, or did you pick that up later?
Always, bro.
Wow.
I mean, anybody you ask who know me from rapping when I first started rapping, I've been my inflections, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And for me, it's those are the best type of artists in my opinion for me, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
or who I gravitate to or who I like more is artists who are able to do that. Again, Ice Cube.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because now his rap style is pretty basic, right? He's not doing a bunch of antics like I do, but
Yeah.
even his inflections, right? Lord,
Yeah.
please murder my enemy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
he can get animated a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but those are the type of artists that I can listen to a whole album through because it's not mundane. It's not like the same
Mm,
tone. It's not like
yeah.
they're changing. They're bringing they're making the verse exciting. You know, the inflections and the
Yeah.
style. They like all over the place. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, not that I got my delivery from anybody else like that, because again, when I
Yeah.
started rapping, I definitely wasn't listening to Christian hip hop because I didn't even know it existed. Right?
Wow.
And it wasn't too
Yeah.
many secular artists who were like that I listened to. Of course, you got your Busta Rhymes, they were doing it, but I didn't
Yeah.
listen to them. I didn't buy their music.